went in favor of Good Game in Game 1. And watch out for Wu-Jay there. So I like the pick. I was saying earlier I felt like it was a pretty wise one for L5 to go into with the struggles they had against the Gul'dan. And here we go. It's going to be Good Game's first pick once again. So 3 for 3 in terms of the first pick in draft. But as we said, L5's used to drafting in second rotation because they've won every game except one. They're now 14-1 in this league.
Yep, that's going to force pressure on MVP Black as they are up right after this match also. Let's see if GG can actually bring this around, because they really had a chance on game number 1. Almost defeated L5 in Dragonshire.
Good Game had a pretty long break there, so they had a lot of time to think about their first pick. But it's L5's map choice, so I would guess that maybe the Sky Temple pick kind of threw them off a little bit. They're going to ban Zarya. They don't want to deal with that level 1 shenaniganry down in the bot lane. And this leaves Gul'dan available, but do you really think they're going to take it here?
It is either Falstad or Gul'dan available on top, so they would have to be making the tough decision here, or even Malfurion if they choose to go with the support.
They've been prioritizing Malfurion pretty highly, taking it in first rotation in the last series. I personally would like to see Falstad. Gul'dan, I really like him. I think he's really powerful, but I don't think this is his map. They're going to take Malfurion, and L5 can go into Ragnaros and Falstad in this if they'd like to take both. We may see them actually snatch up damage, as that's been pretty highly contested in this series in terms of the draft, so we might see them take like a Bala here too, potentially.
Yeah, the last game actually opened up the doors to L5. They have something else in plan. This is not their only thing.
It's not their only thing for sure.
Let's see what they actually bring out in Sky Temple. They have been putting Falstad pretty high for the first week, and then suddenly they have just not really put their focus on Falstad on week 2.
Yeah, it's been... It's dropped a little bit as the meta is kind of changing a little bit here. They're really hovering here. We don't know what they're hovering on, but... Okay, so instead of the Falstad and the Ragnaros, they were really giving consideration to Zeratul, I think partially as a denial pick. Because one of the counters to Falstad is actually Zeratul in Sky Temple. If Falstad's up there solo, and go harass him. It happens very rarely in Korea that you actually see a gank like that, but it really makes it less safe for Falstad to be roaming around in the solo lane, especially when that bottom temple phase happens and things like that. Good's also already shown his experience on this hero. Good did play Artanis on this map as well last time they played, and that's where he had that good, really good move that's in the highlight reel at the beginning of our matches.
Yeah, dodging that smash with the dash.
So with Zeratul removed, he may consider that. It's more likely he plays the Dahaka here again, though, I have to say, just like we saw in Dragonshire.
Especially when Falstad is taken away, they also need a global, it looks like. So instead, they're going to go ahead with Tychus and ETC. ETC does have global at 10, potentially.
Yeah. They could still later on take the Dahaka if they would like to. It's pretty deep in the draft now. We've gone without Ragnaros. And L5 may just snatch him here with a tank. May even leave the tank for 5th pick too with the Kharazim. Dahaka's going to get banned first, as I was taking one step ahead of my brain, forgetting we have a second ban phase here. But Dahaka removed now, which is interesting because with EDC he's less likely to be taken, but they're again focusing on Good's hero pool. Varian, Dahaka, and Zeratul all denied.
That is true, and L5 is going to face ban from GG. It is going to be Leeming. I'm not sure if I can follow 100% on that, because Nachojin is already on Falstad, and SCSC very likely to be on Zeratul.
Yeah, I think this is a mistake. I would absolutely agree with you on that. In terms of compositions, there could exist a comp that has Zeratul, Falstad, and Leeming, but it's pretty rare. And in terms of hero pools, this just doesn't make sense. in order for them to play those 3 heroes, they'd have to break the rules of their team composition and their drafting, and what we accept to be true for L5. So, yeah, a mistake in draft here, like just straight up.
Let's see what's gonna cost them. Imperial with Rag. Rag actually chosen all the way at the down, and with that they can actually just have Moradin at the end. Just never mind. They actually need a support at the end.
That's fine. Everyone messes this up sometimes. So
Rhaegar or even a Kharazim Swoi, the god. He can choose whatever he wants to that fits the comp a little bit better. Actually, personally going towards a Kharazim a little bit more.
Same. Brightwing's not out of the question, but
they already have a global. I don't think it's too necessary.
If you have Brightwing, you can gank a lot with Zeratul, and that's really scary. In Threaten, good games, solo laner. I feel like we might just see them pick up Thrall, to be honest. That's like what's left here for good in terms of what he's going to do in that top lane. With Zeratul gone, Dahaka banned, Novarian, Ragnaros is also gone, so it's either going to be the Thrall or the Artanis. I'm hoping for the Thrall, personally.
Or if they want to switch gears, they can also put in Gul'dan if they really want to push that wave clear and have some pressure.
There's the Gul'dan and Chen! Long time no see, Panda. He's like, don't look at my face. Puts that skin up right away.
I believe this is the first Chen from Korea.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. And definitely not a super meta pick right now. Seen very rarely. Can be the strong solo laner. He can tank a lot and just sit there and drink brew. He's got cooldown's really the only resource he deals with there with the brew, and pretty short cooldowns at that. The Kharazim pickup here is what we expected to see. Coming in for L5 is the last pick. Gul'dan is going to need to do a lot to knock that well down, I feel, in the bottom lane to find value. They have the global and ETC, but not post-10, so they're going to need to hit that lane hard. They're going to need to bully it. They've got good wave clear. If they can't do that, they're going to find themselves behind. And in this series, they're already behind 0-2. This is their last chance. They're on their last life against L5 here on Sky Temple. We'll see if L5 can close it out 3-0. Let's get into the game. In blue, L5, SC on Zeratul, Nacho Jin on Falstad, Junga on Ragnaros, Noblesse on the Tyrael, and Swipe bringing up that Kharazim.
And in red, GG BDG on Tygus, Jaehyun on Malfurion, Good on Chen, Hooligan on ETC, and Ujay on Gul'dan. Let's see how much they try to pressure the lane, especially the bottom lane from the beginning with Gul'dan.
Gul'dan can't simply at level 1 go start poking the towers, but is more powerful when the minions spawn and get to lane, and that's obviously the furthest lane along with top. The mid lane is where they're going to try to clear first and then rotate down. As you can see already, this is going to be annihilated. And Malfurion is decent wave clear as well with his Moonfire. He can take Moonburn as that's off meta now with the rework to Scouting Drone. Good's going to be the solo top laner. As you can see already, the matchup is a tough one for Chen. So they're going to need to make up for it with this bot lane pressure. Gul'dan is already taking the mid. Oh man, Good's actually probably going to go down here. Brew drank a little bit too close there to the wall, but had he not started drinking immediately, he probably would have died anyways. And Jaehyun comes up trying to relieve that pressure. Unfortunately, unsuccessful. And L5 is just reversing this. They're lane swapping against the Gul'dan, saying, oh, well, you can push or you can send Gul'dan solo bot, but we're going to 3-man the top.
Yep, this means that they can't really go down all the way, and going around L5 and Kharazim has that dash available, so likely going to go safely.
Gets out. Forced a big rotation from good game up here as well, which didn't find a kill, which means further soak advantage for L5 as Noblesse got a few minions in mid. And he could even rotate and try to collapse on top after getting a few of these shots. And all the while, Nacho Jin is soaking bot. So L5 in prime position so far in this early game.
Yep, that one kill on Chan really made the big difference from the beginning of the game. Big rotations coming out, and having that trio Gul'dan, Malfurion, Tychus again, and not really using that from beginning of the game. BDG is caught out of position here and does go down.
Yeah, not using it definitely can cause a bit of a problem. It's going to be a trade 1-for-1 as SC goes down, but they want more here. Jaehyun is the target. He goes down. Soy will get out and gets the mount up there. And this is, I don't want to say disastrous for a good game, but this map can snowball. They had this composition that has such good wave cut that you would assume that their idea behind pulling this out early is, oh god, good is going down for sure. You would assume that this Gul'dan, without global presence in early game, would be used to push bot hard. They didn't commit to that. They left Wu-Jie alone, and then that allowed L5 to bully Chen, who's already having a weak matchup in the top lane, and L5 takes an entire level lead. In terms of tempo shots, it's pretty even, but I'm worried about the future here for GG once 7 is hit for L5.
That is true. At least GG really got their tempo down to right trade, and Nitrogen taking significant amount of damage. I believe Power Slide is not available yet, so Nitrogen will be safe for the moment. And I see going around and spotted right away by BDG. Says no way.
Yeah, well-timed grenade there. The scouting drone, it looked like, in place. You can see the camp taken here faster for L5. They're kind of winning in terms of pushing the lanes over and over and over again here. With this faster rotation, they can make sure that safely they get the Siege Giant cap. Now this means the Siege Giant cap is going to be used to try to push the well, most likely, because it's not timed to go with the bottom shrine. They want to get this here first. There's reasons to have the Siege Giant cap going during the temple phase, and there's reasons to have it beforehand. The reason to have it beforehand is to get that well first. If you have it at the same time, sometimes you can get it cleared as the team is rotating down, so that's a bit of a problem. They don't really commit that much to this, though. They're just going to try to get a pick here. Unfortunately, they're outnumbered, so this Siege Giant cap doesn't really do a whole lot for them. But meanwhile, in the top lane, they are starting to push down this fort. As good as just really struggling.
Yep. They're putting a lot of effort to this because they can try to take the fort even if they want to, because they're against Chen, who can't really do too much damage against the two people. And then the next tempo at bot is gonna be, and they're actually gonna get a kill here. Chen going down 3 times already.
Lane swapping is, oh, we're gonna see this kill. This lane swap bully tactic we're seeing in HGC Korea, especially in this tournament. We saw it a few times around the world, and we've seen it even in Season 3 sometimes, but it's becoming more and more of a legit tactic against the solo laner, and it's working really well here for L5. This exchange ends up being even, but they got the fort, even in terms of kills, but again, that structural lead goes to L5. They're down a member, but Falstad can fly in here, and they've already taken a lot of the temple shots.
And Jong getting very low. Soy's comes and heals a little bit, but that's not enough, as Falstad was already gone. They're taking the advantage that having more members, they were late for that tempo, but still taking a kill.
Good zoned Jungha out there, so Jungha couldn't actually come down and help out. The Falstad flight was late, so he decided to go top for extra EXP. They lose out on this temple, but they gain 10. They gain a top fort regardless, so they still stay up a major structure here. But I like what Good Game is doing. They realize, oh, okay, they've completely given this up. Let's push this hard, and I think they're going to go mid.
Yep, L5, while that time, has been soaking on top, and SCSC trying to cover as good as comes up. And maybe they're looking for another kill here. Let's see if that actually happens.
The minions
no one
are
else
on
to
him.
help.
The minions are on him as well. Such a risky move to try to go to the top lane there. Solo against Falstad of all heroes, too. I mean, Falstad was probably going to get away no matter what. Oh my god, he gets the gust and saves SC as well. A rough start here for Good Game, as they're just simply getting out-rotated, G-Clef.
Yeah, that was almost a kill on Zeratul, but a great gust to disengage the entire team of GG. They are going to hit 10 very soon, but still having that big rotation and losing Chen so many times on top just forces everyone else on your team to rotate top to soak some EXP, or at least lose some EXP on top. That's making a huge difference in this game right now.
Look at the structure lead. It's real. We're going to see a big attempt to grab here with multiple CCs, and Swoi maybe saved here by this Void Prison. Can he get the dash off? So Furic Smash goes down. He palms himself. It's ignored. Mosh Pit comes in. It's actually going to be the first death for Swoi. SC goes down as well. This fight is won by a good game. Swoi being in that Void Prison was a big problem here. Nachogen just barely gets the flight away. Actually dies regardless there to... I'm not sure, we weren't shown, but it doesn't matter. 3 kills here for good game. That's a boss, and this game finally turns around.
Yep, that palm was... I guess that palm was kind of canceled because of the sanctification that was on it. At the same time, poor Swoi on there, but GG took the chance and they made the right choice to really focus on that Charism. That Void Prison was used defensively. I think that was one of the key points that GG really... L5 couldn't really put out that DPS damage at the same time as GG did.
Well, this is potentially the beginning of a comeback here. They're still significantly behind, but when I see fights like that, I feel hope for a good game. And they're going to trade shrines for now. Chen just soaking the top lane. Because the lane is so pushed, he actually gets really safe soak up there despite not being a global.
And even with that cam, he has to stay there for a longer time, so...
The boss here gives them the advantage here on this shrine. We see the palm does go off on the Junga. Surprisingly not really able to force that kill. Nachogen's going to abandon the boss here to try to come retake the shrine. So doing some disjointed communication here for L5. The Gust in here again to save them on the retreat. Junga gets the whole bottom. I keep calling Zeratul Junga, sorry, because he does play the hero sometimes, but it's SC who's playing it with this current roster. SC does get the entire temple, and the boss damaged the keep wall. I don't know of what level, but I imagine just significantly. I don't think it's down. We saw a shot of it, but the keep wall not going down, and the entire shrine plus the picks here. L5 gets a win. They're going to steal both camps here. So 2 Siege Giant camps for the price of 1 Bruiser camp. Pretty nice position for them now.
Yep, if they want to pressure mid or bot, they can choose to do either one for L5. And GG on the same talent, they can also try to go engage with that big mosh pit after the Gust is down.
They need to deal with the Siege Giant camp. They're going to rotate down to do so. Meanwhile, actual Junga on Ragnaros here with the 2 melees will clear this top lane, getting that extra XP, trying to force that 16. GG gets the full clear here, no towers down in the bot lane, so that Siege Giant camp really just allowed free soak to Junga. Not a significant amount of damage. Good reactions here by GG. This game is pretty close still, G-Cliff.
It is, and a little bit surprising to see Mosh Pit again. As they do not have a global, and Falstad do. Falstad does have a global. Falstad is a global here, as Falstad can just fly over. They have Gust, Void Prison, Smash. There's so many CCs that actually can't stop Mosh instantly.
Stage dive on this map is always going to get value, and Mosh Pit might get value. The difference is if Mosh Pit actually gives you some big stuns, then it's way more than what stage dive is going to do for you.
Of course,
like you can wipe a fight, but that's the big if. That's the big question mark, and it's kind of an all-in in terms of heroic choice. So I'm surprised as well. It weakens their global presence on the map, but they have a scarier team fight in the opposite realm of things. They have it. They also have the big Horrify CC. They have the ability to get a big silence here. And in terms of interrupts, there's not a ton on the side of L5, so I can see the justification. We'll see if it pays off. Only time will tell.
And Falstad is soaking on top. This is exactly what GG is losing without that stage that we were talking about. Noblesse taking significant amount of damage, and look at that Noblesse and Swoi. That's the teamwork. And Nachogen has been just soaking on top, doing free damage.
Free soak, free damage to structure, as you said.
But GG is on the temple, getting that temple shots onto the keep now.
I think they need to have him rotate down. He flies in now, looking for that backdoor Gust. Nachogen saving it here, actually. Doesn't even need it, it turns out, to actually make this happen. Now that they've gotten a kill onto Tychus, they're going to go for this mosh pit. Totally useless here. And this is going to be a 5-man wipe. No way Good gets out here. Oh, well, with the hammering missing with the slow there, I guess he does get out. That's the way.
They just ignored Chen and focused on the right targets that actually needed. Twilight Dream was used to cancel out some initial damage. Thought maybe Gust would be used from the beginning of the fight, but great job by Nachogen and all of his teammates to make sure that combo did go well.
It's important that Good lives here, otherwise they might have lost a little bit more EXP and a lot more of their keep ammo in the top lane. But both Siege Giant camps available here. They only take the red side camp, talking about L5 here. And they're going to push mid as that Siege Giant camp head spot. They're just looking to kind of choke GG out right now. They're taking, you can see Jungha's up to the top left taking the Bruiser camp. They're going to try to force 20, slowly but steadily push GG out of this game.
Yeah, especially even more because they have no global here and no stage dive.
Exactly.
And that's going to push them even further into level 20 very soon.
The scariest part about GG is their team fights. They have Mosh, they have Horrify, they have a big Twilight Dream they can use. I mean, their team fighting, especially on even talent tiers, is how they could get a wipe and turn this game around. So L5 with that global advantage is just going to force this to turn the other way. They're just never going to fight. GG's looking for a pick on the Nitrogen here. Can Hooligan find it? Nope. They had that scouting drone hoping he was going to go the other way, but they don't get it.
And Nitrogen turns back and keeps on soaking on top. Looks as he sees the entire team of GG rotate down on the map. There's not a good reason to go for a boss for either side right now. And maybe GG can kind of force a fight, try to go for the boss before they hit 20. And here comes Falstad, rooted, but not really.
Not for very long.
Yeah, not for very long, and not really much of a follow-up either, as Gul'dan is just taking care of that top wave right now.
Sway is very anti-root in his political philosophy, and he's gonna root out the roots. And that Falstad flight could have been disastrous if Hyde wasn't there to save him, but they're gonna try to double shrine. Basically, L5 is again essentially grinding GG out of the game, just playing super duper safe, no risks. Well, Sway's like, ah, well, I'm out of here. See ya.
They don't
Nitrogen
need
just pushes.
to.
Yeah.
They don't need to because they have global. They were up macroing. They had the camps pushing top and bottom, which is more problematic for GG. And GG's looking for a team fight, but L5 doesn't really have to. Jungha is a little bit out of position. This can be their chance as Jungha goes very low, but safe for the moment. Palm does go off. No, actually,
it doesn't
not catch at the end.
Yeah, he actually heals before it goes off, I think, which allows that to happen. 20 is reached for L5. They get this bot keep, and Nitrogen is continuing to push the issue here. Good rotation by GG. They're going to try to get this one-man Mosh, and it will work, actually, onto Zeratul. Sway unable to get in. Gets rooted here as well. There's the Horrify to lock him down. Doesn't really have anywhere to dash to. Only his Spirit here does finally get that dash off there. Noblesse using Aldruins to help him retreat. So 2 killed here. GG hid that rotation top to get the pick on the Jungha really, really well. Now they're going to get a boss off of this, and they're hoping that that boss will give them the keep, give them 20, and relieve that bottom pressure.
Yep, it's also, but their core is getting attacked a little bit, but they still have a lot of time to come back. And L5 is doing a great job just stalling time here on the side. They don't really have too much poke as Zeratul and Ragnaros is still down.
Good here, coming down from soaking. Nitrogen's flying, and he's going to try to steal the boss. He wants that boss steal, but GG turns on him instantly. Noblesse has Holy Ground and Sanctification, and they steal, or, you know, do take that boss away from Good Game. It wasn't the Falstad steal, but GG just couldn't hold on to it there. They were timid. They didn't want to take the fight down that level 20 tier, but this is everything they wanted, everything their future in this game. They saw it flash before their eyes in a moment because they had this boss. They wanted to use it to push the keep. They wanted to equalize 20. They wanted to equalize the catapults. Now they lose the boss. The boss is on their core, and they're very likely to lose another keep from this because Nitrogen has had enough of this top lane not being damaging the keep. He's moving up here. Everyone's moved up top. Hooligan is rotating over here. Looks like they're not going to be able to pressure it directly from the top lane, but they have this camp now. Mid is going to go down, so they get the second keep here. Not top, but mid. Boss goes down as well.
It's a disaster for GG right now. All they can do is try to look for picks, which is not possible at the moment, but they do have Mosh in 3 seconds. Let's see if there's a big Mosh that can turn around some things, but Jungla does go into that Molten Core form. Great Horrify, but does not catch a kill.
The Horrify lets them retreat. They need, I feel like they need Bolt. They need Bolt Mosh or something, some sort of activation.
Even
some
a
sort
Torbus
of,
or something.
They need some sort of activation for Mosh that will allow that Heroic to finally win them a fight. We saw they pick on SC earlier, on the Zeratul, but that was just one. You see the Demonic Circle. Yeah, the Demonic Circle is going to help them defend against this potentially, but they don't have Horrify available. 45 seconds on that cooldown. The top keep is going to go down, and they have a Temple at top contesting right now. If they could actually just attack the core directly, that would also do it. 68% currently. Altrogen escapes here, at least for the time being. Epic mounts away, and they're just going to attack the core via Temple shots. 47%. Good Game wants one last fight here. There's the Gust to deny them. They're going to channel this all the way down. 18, 13, 9, 6. And L5 will take this win. All they have to do is finish the core. It's SC that does it. 3-0 for this team. They're now 5-0 and 15-1 in map score. MVP Black is 6 points behind. They're going to be playing the next match in the one game, and even after that, they're going to be one